When people think of anime, they think of Attack on Titan. It's not an understatement to say it's the most popular anime of the modern era. I mean, it's got everything: lore, world building, and mystery. So if you're one of my 5 subscribers, then you know where this is going. We're disregarding everything I just said and covering one of the most action-packed seasons because fighting content is easier to edit. Moving on. The gang is on their way to retake Wall Moria, which is a third of humanity's land. They begin the plan by traveling at night under the moonlight to avoid any Titans. And then Eren stumbles into a Titan that's pretending it's a Snorlax, but it's not moving or anything, so it's all good. This doesn't change the fact that Connie dropped Eren's government name out in the open fields. Seems like these rookies are starting to crack under these bright lights. If I was born in the Attack on Titan universe, these mistakes would have been completely prevented. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'd probably be homeless and chatting straight nonsense like I always do under the title of expert philosopher. Eren's currently losing his mind right now because everyone's lives are at stake, but Armin noticed and calls him out on it, so Eren just bluffs and says he's feeling cold. This got Armin to open up about how he's low-key tweaking and he's always been amazed about how confident Eren is. Eren explains that he just thinks back to when Armin showed him that book that had made him realize he had never been free. When he thinks about those monsters and how they took their freedom, he gains courage and feels invincible. And most importantly, Eren really wants Attack on Titan to get their own beach episode, so they need to reach the sea. The nonchalant goth baddie notices they've arrived back in their childhood town, so everyone switches to ODM gear and ditches their horses. For a while there, they looked like villagers from the medieval times, spreading the word that GTA got delayed again. The plan is to seal the gate to Wall Moria and the gate to the outside world, and then kill the remaining Titans in the area to reclaim what's theirs. In order to prevent the enemy targeting Eren, all 100 of the soldiers are covering their hoods. Detective Armin finds some ash on the walls, which insinuates Beerus and Reiner are here. Eren does his part and crystallizes one of the walls, and that lightning looked magnificent. You just know the fights are gonna go crazy soon. Whenever I see Eren bite his thumb, I just get reminded that he's not sane. He might low-key be a cannibal. There's plenty of video evidence to back it up as well. Reiner and Bonnie are literally within their walls spying on everyone. I thought this was supposed to be a figure of speech. Everyone moves towards the next gate and everything's still empty, but it doesn't matter because the job's not finished until everyone, specifically slimes Reiner. Gamma Juice especially needs to die because the Colossal Titan can tower those walls. Armin found 3 cups on the ground now and they have been drunk recently, so there's probably at least 3 people here, or maybe someone was just really thirsty. Erwin can tell Armin's entering the flow state, so he gives him a group to command to crack the case. Armin can tell they are right where the enemies want them, so he needs to find them before Eren closes off the other gate. Armin then notices a Titan in the crack of the wall and makes sure everyone's checking the walls for cracks because he has a hunch someone's camping in them. This sneak tries to pressure Armin, but he quickly reminds the NPC his life serves zero purpose. They can't use normal thinking with the enemies, that's how they always lose. Those guys always use Titan powers in ways they never imagined. And Erwin's convinced Mr. Orlet is onto something here, so he halts everyone, sealing the other gate. And Armin's confidence commanding everyone this time around is inspiring. He's developing before our eyes. Someone found a hollow pot in the walls and then Reiner shanks bro, but there's no time to be surprised. The goat himself, Levi, starts bodying Reiner and even puts a blade through his neck, but Reiner has insane plot armor, so he just transforms into a Titan. Then everything around them lights up, so now they are surrounded by the likes of Asmongold and other Titans. This orangutan also appears and lands a perfect shot with a boulder, so now their only exit is blocked off, which means only one thing. It's the humans or the Titans now. There can only be one winner. Reiner crystallizes his body so he can climb the wall, but the scouts won't attack yet. They'll observe. That caught Titan over there seems like an intelligent type as well, so it's not looking good for everyone, especially with that baboon staring at them menacingly. The monkey sends the smallest Titans after the horses to prevent everyone from escaping, so Erwin sends some squads to protect them horses. It's like we're witnessing a live action chess match right here. Levi and Hanji's squad will deal with Reiner. I can't get enough of listening to Erwin's speeches. I hope nothing bad ever happens to him. Bro could convince me to 1v1 Prime John Jones and get me to believe everything's gonna be okay. While Levi's protecting the horses, he's also waiting for the perfect time to become that monkey's mortal enemy for life. Reiner was just going to body the horses, then make a run for it, but Erwin's aura mesmerizes him for enough time to let Eren transform behind him. Reiner has no choice but to take the bait and go after Eren. He's the potential man of Attack on Titan. Titan. It only took him 2 months to master hardening. If he masters how to control Titans, then Reiner's finished. Furthermore, Reiner really needs to cover Eren, or else he could run around outside the walls, then climb back in and give the monkey back shots. Eren lures Reiner away from the walls because he doesn't want Bartholomew to jump him like last time. You know what? This fight deserves a proper introduction. Coming in from the left corner, we have the reigning champion of the Scouts. Last couple Among Us games. Reiner! Let's get a word from the champion. How are you feeling, big dog? I fooled everyone for so long. Don't even know who I am anymore. Help me. Oh, I see. Moving on to the challenger. He's only won once out of all his bouts with Reiner, so he's got a point to prove. It's Eren Yeager. Yes, buddy. What's your strategy going into this? I'm gonna kill him. He's the reason I'm not free. And he's not even stronger than Annie. He's weaker than a girl. I'm gonna be free. Well then, moving on. Reiner goes for a left hook, but Eren dodges, and the impact from that punch sent the roof tiles flying. Reiner then goes for a takedown, but Eren counters by slapping his booty cheeks. He telegraphs his punch again, so Eren counters with a crystallized punch to the jaw. So now Reiner's flipping and flopping all over the ground. Then Eren starts screaming about murder again. The fodder are riding the horses while Levi bodies the little titans, and things might seem good at the moment, but realistically, these goons are gonna drop like flies. After all, the veteran scouts already got killed off, so what chance do they have? And the longer this drags out, the less stamina Levi will have to butcher the ape. But it's okay. If it wasn't for those sacrifices, then the scouts wouldn't have made it this far in the first place. It's pretty obvious they were low on manpower when they started relying on the likes of this soy boy Armin for tactical input. I'm saying all these profound things, but I'm really just stealing these balls from the goat Erwin. He wants to find out the truth of this world before he dies, so if they win this battle, they'll be able to enter Grisha's basement and increase their insight stats. His whole life's been leading up to this, so hopefully nothing bad happens. Eren's still beating on Reiner against this house, and he knows if he focuses his hits on one point, then even he can damage Reiner. But Eren gets distracted for a bit, and this lets Reiner grab his ankles and whack him around like he's a toy. Reiner and Eren are now grappling on the floor, and Eren needs to create an opening so everyone can peg Reiner with their thunder spears. Humans have no way of damaging the armor titan. Last time everyone watched Reiner beating on Eren, they couldn't do anything, but luckily Erwin was getting chased by a group of titans and led them to Reiner. But they won't stay lucky forever, so Hanji's been in the lab and cooked some thunder spears. It can destroy normal titans and trees, so it should work against Reiner. Hanji and Mikasa stab Reiner's eyes with the spears, and these things are so destructive, it poses a threat to the user as well if they can't get away quick enough. So it's good they can use the ODM gear in this place. Everyone else joins in with thunder spears, and it even breaks the armor on Reiner's neck. They all have a spear left, but they are hesitating because Reiner's low-key mentally ill. But it's okay because John gives them a motivational speech about how sliming the homies is a healthy thing to do. Yeah, that's right guys, just keep ignoring Reiner screaming he doesn't want to die. Reiner's life flashes before his eyes, so we get to see a little backstory of when Reiner and Brian were plotting to slime Eren with their transformations. But this NPC Marco the Phoenix heard them, so after he plays along with the duo after they convinced him they were joking, he backs off. But deep down he knows they were low-key lying. After all, the Colossal and Armor Titans literally spawned from nowhere, so they were probably humans, the same way Eren is and is hiding among us. Even Reiner, Annie and Barney knew Marco was too bright for his own good, so they jumped him. Reiner forces Annie to get rid of Marco's ODM gear so that they can watch the Titans eat him alive, which is a crazy coward move to pull. Like bro, it's your fault. You're in this situation, you can't just gaslight her into this. When the trio watched bro get slowly eaten, this coward Reiner developed a split personality to remove any of his guilt and started crying. Now we're back to present time and the monkeys lulling the boys into a false sense of security. But these dweebs don't seem convinced, so Zeke threatens to spoil them again, which is just a polite way of threatening them with cock and ball torture. If they lose in a fight with Zeke, then they have to give their powers to another warrior, so they lock in. I didn't know the monkey had motion like that. The court titan confirms the enemies are approaching, and shortly after they are drinking from the cups Armin found, Reiner tells Brian to stop being a sheep and think for himself, since they'll be split up. And I see where this is going now. Bro's gonna bust out the Colossal Titan any second now and save Mr. Plot Armor over here. It's time for him to finally spam the strongest Titan power in the hopes so that he can save Annie, so that he can potentially crack her. Barbara is also hiding within the walls and he hasn't heard much since Reiner transformed because everyone's celebrating that they slimed their day ones except for Connie and Sasha. So John shouts at them to get it together, which is low-key weird. Bro has zero empathy. This is why Bird Eren poops on John's head on the daily. Reiner managed to let out one last roar to alert the Colossal Titan and the monkey, so he throws a barrel containing Brian towards them. They need to finish Reiner off with the Thunder Spears now or they are cooked. Armin uses his slightly above average IQ to instantly notice the barrel and tell Hanji they need to back up because Barry is probably in there. If he transforms into the Colossal Titan, then everyone will be cooked, literally, because of the heat blast. Bucky notices Reiner got slimed, so he doesn't pull the trigger just yet. This type of hesitation will get you pegged with a Thunder Spear for sure. Apparently Reiner's still alive because he transferred his consciousness throughout his entire nervous system, but that's just a convoluted way of saying Reiner's plot armor has prevailed again. Uncle Ben's cooking up a plan, so he just needs Reiner to move a bit or else he's getting slimed again and somehow surviving. But then Armin tries something different as well and attempts to negotiate with him. Brian says they only want Eren and the death of everyone in the walls, which is a totally reasonable request. But Armin's having none of it, so he starts lying about Annie getting tortured again. And if he doesn't comply with Armin, then she's getting back shots apparently. Bert had to lock in, so they are both talking on the same roof now. And it turns out this psychopath Armin kept slandering Annie so much that even Bro's immune to it. Mikasa's husband stops Eren from attacking by saying he'd get folded if they fought, and it's times like these where I think it's a shame this horse-faced twat didn't get killed off. Bert's assuming that Armin's distracting him so everyone can go around and finish off Mr. Plot Armor, and I gotta respect how locked in he is at the moment. Doesn't believe these guys are actually the spawn of the devil. We didn't do anything wrong. This is just how it is. Never mind, I retract my statement. Bro was actively contributing to the slaughter of innocent civilians because he was ordered to. Him and Reiner are frauds. That's all there is to it. Mikasa's had enough of Bert's LARPing, so she tries to stealth kill him, and now they are boxing. He does manage to kick her away, but Mikasa still cuts off his ear. I'm surprised he held his own against an Ackerman. That's like going head to head with an Uchiha and winning. Bert flies off and they let him go in case he transforms. The best course of action right now would be to kidnap Reiner to prevent Bert from transforming and then fighting him off with their blades, but Bro looks too locked in, so he probably has an unorthodox strategy. The NPCs find Reiner's an ape in the ground, so he's probably regenerating again, and Bert goes in the air and stops edging everyone and actually transforms. So now an explosion happened. Bear in mind, Hanji's squad was underneath the blast zone, so it's probably possible that only 6 or 7 of the scouts survived. It's not looking good, bro. You think all those poor souls have to witness a CGI Titan shock around their homes and burn everything, and there's nothing they can do about it. My eyes are burning editing this as we speak. They were gonna retreat and try to beat the Colossal Titan from afar, but John had a rare W and pointed out, if they do that, then the Colossal Titan's just gonna spread fire to the other side and cook everyone else. Eren's growling like a feral animal again. Calm down, bro. You only lost half your fellow comrades. And the Colossal Titan continues to aura form whilst meteors are surrounding him. It's insane to think these guys will have to deal with around 50 of these eventually. And the monkey scratching his ear and grinning. I just know this goofy ass villain is over the moon. As Bert starts throwing more houses, Connie makes a joke about how one of those houses could be his and asks how it feels to have his roof over his head again, which is just wild. If Connie lived in the modern era, he'd be contributing to all the dark humor Reddits available. Armin's run out of tricks, so John's taking over. What? A promotion? These guys are finished. The Beast Titan's parked the bus and is just spam throwing rocks at everyone, which is working way too well. Bear in mind, he's not even at peak throwing performance today. This combo of the Titans making more balls for him and the monkey playing baseball with everyone's lives on the line is impossible to break past. Even the great Levi is baffled by this tactic. If they continue to let this happen, then all the houses will be leveled and there will be nowhere to hide. And if they go over the wall, then the Colossal Titan will cook them. Even if they chill on the wall, this just means the horses will get bodied. It's been nice knowing everyone. They are extremely out of their depth here. Eren tries barking at the Colossal Titan, but he couldn't care less, so he brushes it off and slides towards the wall. This isn't poor animation, he can just do that. Eren's gonna try rugby tackle the Colossal Titan's legs since the ODM gear is useless near the Colossal Titan because of the heat. So after everyone's scatters, he genuinely manages to move the leg. Finally, some progress for the good guys. Oh, never mind. Bert was just winding up his leg to kick Eren across the map like he's a football. So now that bro's out of bounds, the three stooges distract the Colossal Titan by body shaming it so Mikasa can peg it with thunder spears. But the heat makes them fly away and she's even injured now. I can't remember the last time something went right for these guys. This is just embarrassing. Even the plot arm is finally revived. Levi's thinking everyone may as well try to evacuate so at least some people can survive. And Flock's having a valid crash out about how nothing matters anymore, so why even protect the horses? At least before, if they died, it meant something. Now their lives' purpose is to help the monkey hit a perfect strike. So Erwin's about to give everyone's lives meaning again by gaslighting everyone into charging the Beast Titan. He's even willing to lead them and cockblock himself from finding the truth. He did waver a bit, but Levi gave him his daily affirmation, so now Levi gets his shot to Swiss cheese the monkey, while everyone offers themselves to him on a silver platter. The scouts are so scared during this suicide charge that they start farting everywhere. That's why the sky is green now. The monkey throws another scatter shot, but the farts are actually reducing his accuracy. So Erwin puts a finishing touch on his plan by stat boosting all his comrades with the best speech in all of fiction. Everything you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a speeding boulder does to a body. We all die. Does that mean our lives are all meaningless? Does that mean that there was no point in our being born? Would you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not. Their memory serves as an example to us all. The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen. Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them. And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successor to do the same for us. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. I've always wanted an excuse to reenact that speech. Also, Erwin dies shortly afterwards. Yeah, I think that's enough content. Like, subscribe and comment something to boost the algorithm.